Hey y'all. So Panera was extra petty and wouldn't let me go live there. Let me see. Can I get my lighting right today? Let me invite some friends. So I don't just be talking to myself. Okay? Let me invite some friends. Whew. Hey, y'all. Hey. I'm only inviting the ones to be coming to talk to me. If you don't come talk to me, I ain't inviting you because I don't like to be worse than the people that don't want to talk to me. That's not my style. Nope. So when I be doing this, I can't see you guys. I just be talking. Like, oh yeah, by the way. I'm gonna invite whoever I think can use this for today. Nicole, if you join us, you need to know that you need to reach out to a sister. Okay? Alright. I ain't going no further. This is it. I always say that and I still be going. Woo, child. Boom. Alright. I think that's as far as I'm going. Hey, Rob. I know I ain't gonna get my glitter yet. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a bunch of chopstick right here. And I'm like rub this on and then I'm just gonna like go to the glitter. So I think we'll do a whole live with glitter mouth. Provided I don't choke. I'm just saying. Hey Diva, hey Juliet, what up Eve, what up Ra? Y'all try to go live at the Panera so I can, talk to y'all early for once, but they told me fuck my couch. And they the connection wasn't good. Whatever. Oh, let me tell y'all something. It's about to get live in the Traphouse. I got all kinds of stuff that I'm about to start doing on live. I know you're like, what can you really be doing on live? But no, trust. It's about to get real. Just know that wigs are involved. Wigs are involved. I'm really thinking about going to reggae night tonight. You might wind down and shit. That's not how you wind at all. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just gonna go until the next one. Okay, so I want to talk about high ticket, low ticket pricing, how to price stuff, where prices come from, and how I do shit. So you got a migraine? Oh, we should totally go bump booties at reggae night. It would be so fun. Okay, for real. All right, for real. Okay. So when I first started out, right, because I've been doing coaching for a minute. Like, I started out with personal training, right? And with personal training, you got to charge about an hour, right? So I started out with personal training, and then I eventually evolved into confidence coaching, intimacy. I think really I was more like porn star coaching, because I was saying I was intimacy coaching, but, oh, excuse me, that was so nasty. Why when I was talking about porn too? So I'm saying intimacy coaching, but really what I was doing was, teaching them to put it down for that dick. To ride it hard for that dick. No, okay, all right, I'm back. So I know, too much. And then I went from that to wellness coaching overall, and I was doing confidence coaching for entrepreneurs, and it turned into mindset coaching, and black girl, we was putting it down for the dick. Facebook almost got me though, for real, because you know how they got the little boxes of the pictures at the top when you do your statuses, and I was about to post something, and I was like, oh my god, it was almost Tickle Bitty Tuesday on the motherfucking Thursday. Jesus, no. No, wait, Kayla, stay. It's okay. We're here. We're back. Okay. Kayla, like, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't sign up for this bullshit. My ears are not ready. I'm trying to get my lighting because I'm going in and out. Like, I'm already light bright. Now I'm a glowworm. It's a lot. Okay. For real. So, okay. So, one of the things that came about from that was pricing. You know, it was like, you know, do you charge by the hour as a coach or a consultant? You know, when you're doing the work that's service-based, where it's not like you paying for a t-shirt and I'm giving you some money. You know, it's more like they don't know what you do behind the scenes type of situation. And, all right, don't be repeating the glowworm situation, okay? So, it's like, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, these lights are irritating my whole entire soul. I don't understand. You know, I'm gonna have to start sitting down again, because it was always better that way. So, but I get a lot of questions about that. I had questions about it. Nobody really talks about the pricing. Nobody ever comes out and says, this is what you should charge, or any of that shit, okay? So, I want to talk about a few different scenarios. Hey, Tyrion, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. You missed it. I just put it down for the dick. You missed it and everything. Put the light above me. Is that what it is? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. I'm gonna fix it. So they don't tell you what to charge, how to do it, what goes into all of that. And when I first started really getting into coaching, I didn't know coaching was a thing. I was just helping people do shit and charging them, right? And so they would be like, you know, you need high ticket. And so I want to kind of hit on high ticket versus low ticket, when it's probably a good time to do it, and then kind of come up with the pricing points, okay? And this right here, this drop will be good for anybody who is in the service-based business, okay? Service-based business, this is going to work for you, all right? So first, let's talk about these high-ticket clients. You know, I was told you need to have high-ticket clients. That's how you're going to get your money. That's how you're going to get your 20K months, blah, 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 blah. And at first, I started out with high-ticket, you know, high-ticket one-on-one clients. And a lot came into this. So y'all stick with me today. Matter of fact, you probably want to get your notebooks tonight, because I'm about to drop a whole lot of shit. This kind of turned into a train. I don't know how, but anyway. What happened was, when I had my one-on-one clients, it was a few things that factored into all of that. And so, yeah, it was high ticket because I was spending a lot of time with the person. But in all honesty, I really was doing it because that's what they told me to do. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, my first client was $250. $250 client. I think I kept her for probably about almost 3 months. It was supposed to be 1 month. It stretched into 3 months because I had no parameters, no requirements, no guidelines to say, this is when we're complete. So essentially, I was working for about 2 cents an hour, about $2 an hour. I think Chinese kids make more than that, to be honest with you. Or maybe $2 a day. I'm not sure. But it was like no money. And so part of the reason that was okay at the time was because, one, I was like, oh my God, somebody is going to pay me to do what I love. Oh my God, right? I'm excited. Somebody trusted me to do it. And it was like, okay, yes, I was excited, right? So honestly, it was almost like they was doing me a favor, right? That's the way that I was approaching the situation. And I didn't know what to charge the woman. She would have paid me whatever the fuck I told her, to be honest with you. But I had no fucking clue what to tell her. So I'm like, $250 and you can touch my titty? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't fucking know. So I was happy when that shit hit my account. Like, oh my God, $20. So it was really crazy. And I realized very quickly that, first of all, like I said, there were no parameters set to say when I was complete. So I pretty much just worked and worked and worked and worked. Right? I did not know work value. You are exactly right, Terry. I did not understand work value, okay? When it really goes into it, it's not just when you're on the phone with the person. It is the research that you do. It's the stuff you do behind the scenes. It's the questions that they ask you randomly, the email support. It's the going out of your way to find other shit to take for them. You know, it's the, oh my God, this would be so cute for her thing. And, you know, it's all of that stuff, okay? And then it's the overhead, right? So you got to pay for your business expenses and your living expenses and all of this stuff. And it's just stuff I didn't fucking know. So, as you can, I can assure you that I don't charge $250 for a goddamn thing anymore. Hey, Terry. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Angel. Ooh, everybody's hopping on there. Y'all missed all the fun. See, y'all gonna have to watch the beginning of the replay. So, anyways, so I got to that. And the other thing that was bothering me was I had people that I really, really wanted to help. And I felt like I want to help them. But it's going to cost a lot for me to get this shit done. But I want to meet them where they are. So again, I was undercharging for my services because I felt bad and I wanted people to be able to get the help that they needed. I knew I could help them. I knew I could make it awesome. But they just needed to be able to afford the price, right? And so I started to undercharge for that. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. I have dropped thousands of dollars on trainings and coaches and seminars and conferences and plane tickets for coaching. You know, like when I tell y'all that the shit that I kick to you guys is not no bullshit, like it's a whole lot of trial and error, it's a whole lot of firsthand experience, and it's a whole lot of investment and mentoring. So this is not shit that I just pop off the top of my head, right? So, and I ate noodles for days so that I could pay for that. And I worked overtime to get the extra money to pay for that. And I skipped out on vacations and I didn't buy new clothes and heels like I really wanted to. Yes, y'all, I used to wear heels all the time. But you know, I did all that sacrifice, right? And but for me, I'm being all compassionate. I'm like, no, I want to meet them where they are. So again, like I said, I undervalued what I did. Now, I started to lower the prices. Like I was up for a little while. I was high for a little while. I brought clients in. Again, there was still not a girl, the dedication though. The dedication. Again, I went up to the high. I had the high prices or whatever. And the other thing that bothered me was that I would have these high ticket clients that weren't doing their part. And you would think that they was paying all this money, that they was going to do it. But I'm going to tell you what happened. I, again, wanted to meet them where they are. And I would stretch the payments out mad far, you know, get them plenty of time to get it paid. And here's the thing, blowing a couple $100 a month to pay me ain't really shit. And if you're thinking that blowing a couple $100 a month is a lot of money, I want you to think about this for a second. If you're eating that Panera bread every day, if you're getting Starbucks coffee every day, if you're stopping at the fucking Wawa every day, if you're going out for happy hour 3 times a week, if you are going to the liquor store 2 or 3 times a week, if you are a cannabis head, any of that shit, you are blowing a few $100s a month on any of that shit. That's the same, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same equivalent. So it was, they looking at it like, oh, it's a few $100s. It's not a big fucking deal. So it wasn't painful enough for them to really commit to the outcome we needed to have. Now, part of that was my fault because I didn't put in stone and say, this is what your end of the bargain is. This is your deal. And then this is what I need to do. And together, twin forces unite, right? But I wasn't doing that. So, now that I gave you a little bit of a backstory, I want to go ahead for it because y'all know I get off the topic and stuff. But I wanted to give you that backstory so you can understand how I derived to this point. So the other thing was they say, you can't make money if you do low ticket stuff. And I'm like, contracts, yes, I've always had contracts, but it still needed to define the role of the client versus the service provider. You see what I'm saying? So I might have a contract that gave a price and a date and all that shit, but if I didn't say this is what you're supposed to be doing, that shit is still null and void. You know what I'm saying? And also, I needed to have that conversation with the person before I even took any further steps. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that sets up the expectations, right? So then they said you can't make money with low ticket stuff. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I built the very beginning of a lot of shit that I did with low ticket stuff. If it was $17, $37, $97, you know, I would, you know, make those impulse buys. I would buy it. I would learn it. Now, that's the difference, though. If I pay for some shit, I'm implementing it, right? So I would buy it and I would implement it. And I wanted to be able to have something that I could offer for my peeps that they could come in on board at a low ticket price and learn what they can, get the low hanging fruit, apply that, so that they can gradually get levels of success so that they could then afford the other shit that they needed, right? But I also went about that wrong. I was annoyed because people told me I couldn't make money doing low ticket stuff. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I know fucking millionaires that have $47 membership fee, $97 membership fee, or, you know, they be doing I know 6-figure people that be doing the little $27 classes and, you know, all kinds of shit, offer stuff for free, everything, right? So it wasn't so much of that you can't make the money from the low ticket stuff. It's the way that you approach it. It's the strategy, right? So for a while, because I started with you know, like you start with your crew, your inner crew. They believe in you. They believe in your message. They carry it with you, and y'all kind of build the community together. You're the visionary. You got your street team. They with you, and together y'all build this community. And what happens is especially since you're running a social-based business, like social impact, social good, you are compassionate. And so you give a fuck about people. And when they can't pay something, you lenient. And they, you know, they'll do it again. And it's not because that they want to fuck you over, but it's just human nature. And you keep trying to make lower and lower price stuff, even though the value of it is 1,000 times more than what you're charging. But you just want to make sure they get the information that they need. And you do this over and over again. And you start to... they get used to paying these low prices. You get used to doing it, so then you scared to put something out that costs any fucking thing because you don't want to disappoint your people. And then if you do elevate to another level, it's really hard because you don't want to leave your tribe behind, right? So these are all the things that you consider while you're trying to figure out what your pricing is going to be for your stuff, right? The other thing is, you know, again, like Tyrion said earlier, you are trading hours for dollars. And when you quit your 9 to 5 or whatever kind of type of job you have, you leave that behind. It's now value based, okay? So let me give you an example. A few things changed. You have different levels of products. Let's talk about that first. You have different levels of products. Some products are only going to help you a little bit. They're going to give you a little bit of relief so that you get a little bit of understanding and a little bit of improvement. You know, we'll say we'll give you a 25% improvement, 30% improvement from where you were. Then you have other products that will get you much further. You can do it on your own, but it's more elaborate, it's more in depth, you know, and it's going to get you to a place where you're starting to, and I'm speaking from a business standpoint, but I can talk about some other things too. But it'll get you to a point where you have a routine, you pretty much know what you're doing, and at some point you plateau. That could be in weight loss, that could be in a business, that could be in investments or credit or anything, right? So you get to a plateau, okay, maybe spirituality, and you're like, okay, I was doing good, but now I seem to be stagnant, right? So that's the kind of thing where you can kind of do it yourself. For the most part, it gave you a 50, 60, maybe even 70% transformation because you were absolutely not where you were before. You know how to handle situations, and you probably could help somebody else start themselves, okay? But then you want to get to another level. And for you to get to that other level, you need more consistent guidance. You need accountability. You need somebody to help you analyze the shit that you can't see, all right? And that's when you go into total transformation. That's a deep transformation. That is where we're literally taking you 180 degrees. I really want to say 360 because it feels good to say it, but we all know that 360 just takes you back where you were. So 180 degrees, right? So at that point, you have now moved up to another level of success, right? You are now, you know, at the point of like, okay, I got this shit. Like I said, you don't never become the master of anything, but you got this shit, all right? You are good to go on your own and fly high, baby girl, right? So when you look at stuff like that, it's not about the hours that you're going to pay, that you're going to make, or that you're going to spend, or the hours for dollars. Not that. It is the value of it. So I'm going to give you an example based on what I do because that's what I know best. If I can show you how to create a product, how to put a price on it, and then how to sell it on autopilot, right? Where you're attracting people to you and you increase your business revenue by a few $1,000s a month, or say 5 or 10 sales a month, right? If you do what I tell you to do and you implement it, because I'm motherfucking confident in my skill set, and you do that every month for the next year, me putting a price on it based on how long it took me to create the product is silly. The value is much, much more. If you are charging, say, $100 a sale, let's say you charge, I'm just throwing this number out there, you make $100 a sale, you get 10 extra sales each month based on a method that I teach you. All right, and I'm just going to do this for like a 25% relief, right? And for the next 12 months, you use my strategy, you get an additional 10 sales each month. You can even compound it so you get an additional 5 each month. So like 10, 15, 20, like that, right? So you go from $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000 in the first 90 days. So in the first 90 days, you have now made $4,500 in the first 90 days from a method that I taught you, okay? It doesn't make sense for me to say the class costs $27. Because Even if it only took me 2 hours to put the class together, the value of what I'm teaching you is worth thousands of dollars in your case, depending on what you sell your items for. Okay, and I want you guys to think about this from your own prospective industries, okay? Or your own respective industries. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my vocabulary today. Anyway, so if I can make you an additional $5,000 in 90 days, would you pay $197 or $297 to learn the method? I actually want to see your answers. Like, I want to know if I could guarantee you, I'm sorry, I can't guarantee. First of all, let me take that back. I can't fucking guarantee you a certain amount of money because there's too many variables involved. But if I told you that I could help you increase your sales, okay, where if your sales are $100, then obviously, it'd be at $5,000 in 90 days. If you have, $500 sales, then, well, we're gonna times that times 5. So that's, $25,000, right? But what I'm saying is that method. Would you pay for the method in order to get that increase in sales? I don't know about you, but yes, I fucking would. Actually, I'm about to pay a whole lot of thousands of dollars in order to get something set up on automation for me. But that is where a person is paying for the value, the perceived value, the outcome, the results. Not how long it took you to put the class together and not how long it takes you to teach it to a person, okay? Time is considered, yes, because when you create a class, you can make it evergreen. You can teach it and then you can sell it over and over again. And it starts to become more expensive when you, exactly. So when it starts to get really expensive is when you start to add in your skills, hands-on. So if I taught you, if I enrolled you in a class that was evergreen, that I don't touch it, because again, it's a 25% transformation. So generally with my personal 25% transformation products, they're generally a workshop or a master class or something like that. I usually teach it live the first time. And then after that, it's evergreen. So you can just purchase it, download it, and take it. Okay. And that will be a low ticket item. Pretty much anything under $500 is considered low ticket, right? So I know some of y'all probably like, what? But it's true. Anything under $500 is low ticket. So that's something that's evergreen. Every time somebody downloads it, I can make $200. I taught it once, boom. But the value to you guys is amazing because you got what I said. You increased your sales and you increased your attraction marketing, right? And again, guys, this is an example, okay? I don't actually have this class I'm talking about. Well, probably I do somewhere, but anyway. On the other end, if we're talking about something that is going to be a 70% transformation, where say it's a group program, I'll give you an example for that. So for me, that would be like Riot. Bully would be considered something like that, where you take the program as a group, you have me helping you work through issues and challenges and things like that. It's going to take you from, I had no motherfucking idea what I'm doing, to I feel pretty confident about this. I can do this. I can handle objections and challenges in different situations. And so the price on that is going to be a bigger ticket because the perceived value and the outcome to the student, the person taking it, is going to be more. All right? Because you're asking yourself, what would it be for me to alleviate this problem forever? Okay? What would it be for me to alleviate trying to figure out how in the fuck to get social engagement? How in the fuck to market my packages, or what to offer, or how to figure out what my people want from me? To alleviate that problem forever is a big deal, because if you know what your people want from you, all you got to do is do the steps it takes to figure it out. Boom, create the program and fucking sell it. Or the class or the service or whatever. Okay? So that's going to be different, but it's still going to be cheaper than a bigger transformation, only because, again, you're still going to be sharing the facilitator with many students. You might get individual attention. I don't know. Most group programs, you don't get individual attention. In my group programs, you get individual attention. So that is a bigger value on my part, because you get to talk with me, go back and forth, hash shit out. Now, the next stage up is where it's just me and you. We're one-on-one, right? And again, I'm using myself as an example because that's my lane. So we're one-on-one. You can email support me. We talk on the phone 100 fucking times. I walk you through it step by step. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. Step 3, do this. I check in with you. I criticize. I feedback. all this other shit. When you're done with me, you are a motherfucking beast, right? And so the value of that, you're going to increase your overall revenue in your business over, this is how you're going to hit your 10K months, right? That is a different situation. So if you know you're going to hit, once you get everything under control, you're going to hit 10K months, once you get everything, the foundation laid, and you get your well-oiled machine going, you see what I'm saying? I'll pay 10K one time for that, to get that over and over again, right? And then all you have to do is scale it to make it bigger, to turn 10K months into 20K months. I know some people, this might sound like a big number, but this is how it works. You first got to make 1,000 before you make 5. You got to make 5 before you make 10. And what happened is when you made your first $1,000, it's not the same that you make 10. You got to do 2 different things. So when you made your first $1,000, you probably could use a strategy that was less complicated. You can pull, you pull from the low-hanging fruit. But when you're starting to increase that, you got to use new software, new systems, new technology, all of that shit. It changes. You don't do the same thing to make the $1,000 that you do to make the $10,000. Do you keep doing that foundation? Yes, you do. Do you keep that mindset? Yes, you do. But all of that has to grow and it has to elevate. You have to open up your systems and your processes in order to allow for the abundance to come in. All right? So when you're talking about paying for a little class that is a 90-minute class that's going to teach you how to get that first $1,000, that first couple $1,000, and you pay $200 for that, okay, great. But when you go up to that next level, for you to open up your business and your mind to make 10K months, it's a whole nother animal. You have to be a different level of committed. You have to be at a different mindset level. You have to have a new level of accountability, and that is what you pay for. That is what your clients pay for, your customers pay for when they come to you to work with you one-on-one. And why am I lecturing about this? Because I did a disservice in the beginning by not charging my clients what they needed to make them committed. I wasn't able to give them Emirates level service. Lots of reasons factor into this. And I want y'all to think about this when you're doing this for your people. And then we're going to move to low ticket. If you take on a client one-on-one, you want to give them the best service ever. But for you to do that, you have to be paid an amount that doesn't stress you the fuck out. You have to know that if you're doing one-on-one clients, let's talk about this. First of all, you're limiting your income because you can only take a certain amount of one-on-one clients. That is another reason why we talk about doing the lower price classes, so that you can still have income coming in, so that you're not capping yourself. Okay, that's why you can charge a lower price, because you can sell that stuff and you don't have to be there to sell it. But once you get into the level of one-on-one clients, you're capping it. Doing one-on-one service is taxing. I don't care if you are involved, if it's a done with you service or if it's a done for you service. It is taxing. Also, that is time that you are taking away from your business. That is time you're taking away from growing your business, because you are helping that person grow theirs or fix their weight or, get their spirituality right. All of the time that you spend with a person one-on-one is taking away from what you do in your own personal life and in your business life. And you have to accommodate yourself for that as well. Okay? So you have to be able to charge a person a price that when you work with them, you are not worried about how you're going to pay your bills, how you are going to have the money to market your own business. Because if you don't have the time to market your own business, you need money to have somebody to market it for you, correct? So all of that has to be considered. But that is why your high ticket really means high ticket, you guys. If you're going to take on somebody one-on-one, factor in all those things, and then come up with the price that makes you feel happy to get on the phone with them, to do their work for them, to take on their services for them, whatever it is. If you are a personal trainer or a wellness coach, charge a price that makes you happy to get up in the morning, to go to their house, to walk their ass out the motherfucking door into the track, if that's what you need to. Because that's Emirates level service, but you're happy to do it because you're being compensated for it. That is high ticket. Now, everybody can't afford that, nor does everyone deserve that from you. Because aside from having the money to pay, they have to have the willingness and the commitment to actually stick to it. And that's where the vetting comes in. That's where the application process comes in. And I will be the first to let you guys know that I actually stopped my application service. And what happened with that was it brought me a lot of unqualified motherfuckers. And I regret it. I regret it, but I also learned from it. That every person that comes to you that has the money does not mean they are qualified to work with you. I thought that because a person had that much money to spend, they were obviously qualified, but that is not true. You don't know their background. You don't know their story. You can have a lot of money and have no motherfucking morals. No get up and go. No fucking stick to itness. They don't go hand in hand, just to let you guys know. All right? So again, now let's go back to the 25% and below situation. All right? That's the low ticket stuff. You can make money with low ticket stuff. Low ticket stuff is awesome because it lets people come in and, see how you work, see the quality of what you do, see how you teach. They get to know you. They get to like you. It's a way to let people take action on their dreams, even if they aren't ready to go all in as far as a financial situation. If they're financially restricted, they still have a way to work with you, okay? Or get a taste or be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. But you must know that it's a different caliber of person. And it's not because that the higher ticket people are better. It's because their level of commitment, like their mindset is not ready yet. Okay? Again, it's levels to this shit, right? So as they start to invest and grow, remember, it's a whole body situation. So where their mental and their physical and their spiritual, like that will all grow together. All right? Here is the trick though. You need to have a lot of people to make a lot of money with low ticket stuff. And I'm not talking about making a little bit of money. I'm talking about if you want to run your entire business on low ticket shit, you need a fuck ton of people. That means it's going to be either a lot of work for you to rally everybody together, or you need a lot of money for advertising. So it's going to be time or money. All right? And it's also going to take longer for you to hit your income goals in the beginning because you have to, it's like you have to compound it, right? So this month you have 10 people paying you $100 and or $50 or whatever, and next month you're going to have 15 and then 20. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have to, it's one or the other. Either you have to put a lot of legwork, you have to have a lot of money for the advertising, or you have to fucking suck it up and just let it grow organically. And in the meantime, again, you can offset it with high ticket stuff. Now, sometimes people don't want to do high ticket stuff because they're not confident in themselves yet. All right. So you have to, that comes to the integrity though. Do you feel like, are you confident enough that you can carry out, that you can get this person from point A to point B with your skill level, with what you know? And as long as, yay, Jessica, as long as you know you're upfront and honest with where you can get them from, what point to what point you can get them to, and you know and are very confident that you can do it, all right, then it's cool. Compensate it with a high ticket, all right? But again, just being upfront with your abilities, what you can do for them, and then you feeling good that you can get them there. For low ticket stuff, again, I said it's anything that's $500 or less, all right? You want to be able to, when I think of low ticket stuff, my membership, Brown Girls Billionaire Gang membership is $47 a month. That is a low ticket item. All right, especially if you are, what the hell is going on right here? Like, I'm not doing this. Especially if you have tons of trainings, like me, I have tons of trainings. Every day they can go in there and learn something and implement it. All right, but here's the difference with your low ticket stuff too. Your low ticket stuff is not going to be, it's not created for them to have a total transformation. That's not what it's about. You can't have a total transformation just doing it alone. Okay? Dude, I don't know what the hell is going on with this lip gloss, but it is bugging my life. They can't do it alone, right? This is just for them to start taking some action and moving their ass. When you think about low ticket stuff, know that it is not going to change your whole fucking life. That's not what it's created to do. So even when you're thinking about the pricing for your products, think about how much change is this going to offer for a person. If it's not going to take them from A to Z, then it's not a high ticket item and it's not going to cost them a whole bunch of money. If it's just going to give them immediate relief for one or two problems, that is a low ticket item. And the pricing is going to come from, it's going to be considered, are you hosting it live? Okay? What is the duration of the program? Is it 90 minutes or is it 4 weeks long? Right? What progress will they make? Is it going to just be they're solving one or two problems or what? And how many people are you going to bring in at once if you're going to teach it live? Because that's another thing. If you're doing a workshop for, say, like 3 hours where you're going to walk them through it, by definition, workshop means that y'all going to do work. You're not going to just present. You're going to do work. They're going to create and do things with you so that you can help them hash out their problems. By definition, that is a workshop. That's going to be more of a transformation. And even if it is only a 25 to 30% transformation, the amount of effort that you are putting in to get that person to the next point, the next level, that is a lot of time for you, meaning taking away from your business and doing other things. So therefore, the price is going to be a little bit more expensive. Okay? Pricing, you have tiers, right? So anything under $97 are considered impulse buys. It's something that if you're laying in the bed at night, you see something that you think will solve your problem, you will hit the click buy button, PayPal button, because you want that problem solved. It's less than $100. It's not a big deal, and you'll pay for it. Once you get over the $100 mark, it's going to be a little bit more decision involved with it. That means that you're going to have to take longer to convince the person, rather it's through your sales page or because they've worked with you in the past. Okay? Like somebody who could have been following you for 60 days might pay for your $197 item, even though they've never bought anything from you before, but you know, that has been compensated with the amount of time that they have been learning from you. So they know that you're capable and that you're qualified to do it. All right. So anything from over $100 to less than 500 is going to be more of a decision. It's going to be up to you to convince that person that this product is worthy of that price. So that means maybe more emails, a longer description, more to the point, why am I taking this or why do I need this? More convincing from you. 97 and below, that's an impulse thing. The good thing about doing 97 and below is generally when you do those types of classes, again, your whole point is to show them what you're capable of, how much they can learn from you, how awesome you are, and then you can offer them something else. And this is not about scamming a person or coercing them or massaging them into working into the next level with you. What this is saying, hey, for under $97, I showed you something awesome. I made it work for you. You got results. Now you can trust me to open up your wallet a little bit more. Okay, to get them up to that next level. Over $500 are generally going to be group type of situations, or if you are a service provider who does, like, say you're a graphic designer or a content writer or copywriter or something, meaning that you're doing done for you services, that pricing will be a little bit different as far as, because that takes you start going into the one-on-one type of situation. Now, if you're doing that kind of stuff, you might have several packages that are generic, like, you know, based on the amount of content you're going to get back or the amount of graphics you're going to get back. Something like that, where they'll just custom or they'll personalize it based on your brand. And then once you get over the, say, between $500 and $1,500 mark, once you get over that, then you start talking about how they'll actually personalize every little thing for you. If you're in that type of business. If you're more like a coaching type of person like me, where I do with you, I'm done with you services, then in that situation, between $500 and up is going to be like a group program. Anywhere from $500 to, say, a couple $1,000, a few $1,000 can be a group program. Now, the price up to $5,000 is going to be based on how much you're learning and how long it is. So I have a program coming up that's going to be like a university. It's going to be very long, you know, but the progression that you go through is massive. It's taking you from, I don't have anybody on my email list, and my opt-in fucking sucks, and I'm pretty sure the opt-in isn't even relevant to what the fuck I do, all the way to have your own community, sell high ticket group coaching programs, and have all your programs laid out. Like, it's going to be a whole situation, right? So something like that, because it's so long, will have a higher ticket price. And then once you go up to that next level, you're like, fuck this, I need that one-on-one, kick me in the ass. I want you to hold my hand and say, do this for step 1, do this for step 2, go in my post and critique my shit, blah, 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 blah. Then that takes you to that next level. So have I answered the questions as far as high ticket, low ticket, and pricing. So let me just recap while you guys are coming in with the questions. You can make money from high ticket or low ticket. Having a mix of it is the best way to do it, okay? Low ticket is really good for you to start bringing in people so they can see how you work. But you want to have options for people. You want to have a high ticket for the person who really does want to get that transformation ASAP. And then you want to have the passive income and the lower cost price, a little bit of lower cost classes so that people can see how you work. The other thing low cost classes are good for is for you to vet things out, to see if these ideas are good, if they need work, tweaking, revision, if people are actually getting results with it and things like that. So that's a way for you to kind of test things out. So you can do intro pricing type stuff, okay? And then it maybe can turn into something bigger. So I don't see any questions coming up. Are y'all good? Like, does this help with pricing? Like, it's not, oh, you think they'll pay $27 for this? This is like, no, I'm about to teach you how to create a whole funnel from your Instagram that's going to bring you in 10 to 20 sales calls every month. Now, if you can't flip the call, that is not the creator's problem. That's not my problem. But my techniques and strategies, my class taught you how to get those customers from your Instagram to your mailing list, to your calendar. So I did what I said. I increased you. I got you traffic. If you are a good salesperson and you can flip those people into customers, then that class is worth every bit of fucking $200. Because now every fucking month I can book 20 fucking sales calls based off of that one class because I'm using that one strategy. So don't price your shit based on, do you think they'll pay for it? It only took me an hour to create it. Your knowledge, it didn't take you an hour to get that knowledge. It might take you an hour to put it together in a step-by-step situation for somebody to be able to use it. But it took you years to come up with the ideology, the mythology, and that sequence for it to work in that way. All right, get y'all quiet, or is my Facebook acting a fucking ass? Let me check my other phone, just in case. So, I will put in a shameless plug, though. If you planned on working with me in any capacity, whether it was a group program, a bully badass intensive session, you better do it before 2018. You got to do it before 2018. Because once I drop this motherfucking money, get this shit all set up, it is going to be a motherfucking wrap. It is going to be a wrap. I mean, I'll still have my group programs and I'll still have my Brown Girls Billionaire Gang membership, but the pricing is going to be priced different because it's the value that these prices are coming for. Again, there's nothing wrong with coming out with your stuff, doing it for a low price or intro price that you can test out all the bugs and stuff. Actually, I actually recommend that. I also recommend you guys having one-on-one clients so that you can create group programs. Let me touch on that while I'm on here. A lot of people want to create a group program and they've never had a one-on-one client. And that's ass backwards. And the reason for that is because just because you know what you're talking about, teaching it to other people is hard. All right? You know what you're talking about, but putting it into a language that people can understand, digest, and implement is fucking hard. And so what you learn by having a one-on-one client is how to formulate the knowledge that you have in a way that it's usable. Okay? And so having a one-on-one client helps with that. If your confidence is not up yet, again, this is an integrity thing. Don't be charging nobody $5,000 fucking dollars and it's your first one-on-one client and you're not even sure how many hours it's going to take you, what all entails for you to get to the end game, the end results and all of that. Don't do that. Take a L, you know, go ahead and undercharge, you know, charge something low that you feel confident saying. The other thing is, if one of your, and I think I've said this before in one of the drops, but if your auntie or your best friend or your sister asks you to do something for them and it's something that you would tell them, nah, girl, that's not my lane, but I know somebody who could do it, then you damn sure shouldn't be charging nobody for it. All right? If you told them, oh, fuck yeah, girl, you know I got you, okay, that's cool. And what you do is you give them a lower price than what you plan on charging when you're ready to step out in the streets. And you give them amazing motherfucking service. All right? One that's going to give you social proof. It's going to give you an amazing testimonial, and you will be able to work out the kinks in your process. I suggest you have 3 or 4 one-on-one clients before you do a group program. What'll happen is you'll start to see like common problems with people, common challenges and things like that, and so you can prepare for all of that stuff for your group program, if you're going to do group program or classes. Classes are a good way to vet out stuff too. Like instead of doing a presentation class, doing a workshop class is a good way to vet out what people are going to ask, the questions they're going to have, and what you need to set up for. I'm laughing so hard because you guys, Amber is in Facebook jail still and she can't comment, and I know she got 1,000 questions, but she can't ask shit. Poor thing. It's all right. It's all right. All right. How long have I been on this damn thing? Oh, shit, I've been talking for a fucking hour. All right, I'm out of here. This is all I got. Again, I got some stuff that I'll be dropping before the end of 2017 is over. But 18 is level up season, y'all. Level up season. I'm leveling up. I expect you guys to level up. It is leveling up season. If you have never had a one-on-one client, it is your motherfucking job to get one before the end of this year if you're a service-based business. It is your job to vet out your process so that you can start doing group programs. It is your job to plan out your 2018 so that you know where you're headed, to come up with ways to make passive income, all right? We are leveling up in 2018, people, and I expect you guys to as well. That's what the Trap House is all about. We hustle in flow, we support one another, and we fucking grow. Of all things, we grow. The goal is for you to come in here one way and to leave the Trap House a better businesswoman than you walked in. All right? That's all I got for tonight. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow with the drop. Oh, email. I am cleaning my email address. I'm wiping it clean. My email list, I'm wiping it clean. I know you guys saw the post. I'll bump it again for you to comment or drop an emoji if you want to be on the new list. I'll drop the link in that thread for you guys to get on it. And it's going to be really, like, it's really cool. I'm really excited about the new way I got this thing going to be set up and everything. So I think that's all I have as far as announcements and stuff like that. I am doing a new training next week on your 3 fast offers so you can get money now. Without, even if you don't have a website or a following or email list or nothing, the way you can get some money now. So this is a part of the level up, you guys. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be sent to the new email list as well. All right, I'm out. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.